Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
I was hit up with a question the other day, and you know what? Listen, you ever walk into a room and the energy, you can just feel it? You know, whether it's a good vibe, it's a negative vibe. I walked into an old dealership that I used to work at, and when I walked in there, you could just feel the heavy ick, the heavy negativity. Just a really bad vibe in the dealership. Just really bad. And I'm talking really like uncomfortably bad. Super sensitive to that stuff. And I noticed the first place that I worked at after I had all my issues, about, when was it? A long time ago, 2009. After I dealt with all my adversity and stuff, and I walked into this place, and I remember going in there, and it wasn't a bad energy. It was just like a cold energy. Like it was like a, just like really sterile. That's the best way I can describe it. Very lack of character, no high energy, just a flat transactional place. Just like not bad, not good, but just flat. And my goal was to change the energy level in the store. My goal, this is going to sound crazy. I'll let you in a little secret. This is going to sound crazy. My goal back then, whenever I spoke or worked with teams, my goal was to have the intensity level of what it would be like. I mean, I can only imagine. What would it be like? You're in the NFL. Never imagine what that would be like. You're the best of the best of the best. And you're in the NFL and you're in the Super Bowl. So you're at the championship level. You are the favored team. The odds are in your favor, but yet it's halftime and you're down just a little bit. And you're down because you're just making a few slight mistakes. You're not getting those inches that you need. You're not playing as a synergistic team. And now if you got to this level, you already are, but it's that top percent of 1% is what you're looking for. You're looking for that cohesiveness. You're looking for that rhythm. You're looking for that where everyone just kind of gels together. You don't know where one person begins and one person kind of ends. If that's philosophical, I don't mean to be, or esoteric. I'm just trying to give you the idea. Now, I have no idea what it's obviously to work with an NFL team, but I just thought, what if there's somebody in there that could say a few things, a few precise things with some heartfelt passion and intensity, and motivate one or two guys to get 1 or 2% better at halftime, which is really 1 or 2% better from a whole team of people is enough to dominate. Just to motivate them just to that point where they're in the zone, where it's just everything's slow motion, everything's fluid, everything's flowing really well. That's always been my goal as a speaker, is to get to that point. It's my passion. I love when the light goes on. I love when people begin to work together. I love when goals are accomplished. I love it more than anything, and I love seeing it. I love people that are down and out and dealing with adversity. I love that. And I love the opportunity for them to grow up. First off, show up, grow up, push through, persevere, and actually dominate, and then own it, and then be in that space, be a GOAT, right? Greatest of all time. I love seeing that. And fortunately for what I do for a living, I get to see that in salespeople all the time. That salesperson that takes phenomenal care of a customer, that salesperson that goes above and beyond to do something without any recognition whatsoever. And with the energy levels that I watch and feel and get that vibe on, I also am very aware of those things as well. I look at all the little things that people do, say, the little feelings that get popped out there, because that's what it really is. It's a bunch of energy pushed into a space. And if you've got bad energy, we got to get that energy out or change it. So somebody asked me the other day, the question was this: when you're feeling down and you just need to get out of it, what do you do? I had to think about that for a minute, because I'm like, whoa, that's like blueprint material, like 100%. What do you do? And most people that I talk to, that I deal with, don't ever come out and say, I'm feeling a little down right now. They tell me where they're at. They tell me where they want to go. We apply the blueprint and we start going towards it. It's all about work. But sometimes just that vibe, when you get into maybe taking a step and it just doesn't feel worthwhile, but you got to take another step, but you're not motivated to, that's where I think inspiration comes in. Inspiration is you got to look around you and realize what inspires you. What inspires you? You have to go outside yourself. And what inspires me is, like I said earlier in the podcast, when you look at people winning, that energy level, I look at what's great. What have we accomplished so far? What's the good things that are happening? What are your wins? There's got to be some. And if you can't find one, go ask, what's great about this? What's great about that? All else fails. I believe this. Motion creates emotion. So I'll always tell people, go for a walk. Go take a brisk walk around the building. Get some perspective. Go to a different part of the building. Look around and just look at things, right? I think that's a helpful way to look at it. And same thing in your relationships. If you're feeling uninspired or unmotivation in your relationship, because it can happen, you've been with somebody for a long time, you don't want to end it all, but you do want to, feel better. So what do? Maybe get a different perspective on it. Try to make the other people feel significant. And truth be told is, if your job as a leader, or if your job as basically a human being on wonderful planet Earth, is to be a servant to others and make their lives a little bit better so you can feel fulfillment, you can feel accomplishment, you can feel success. Isn't that what it really is? You can feel purpose. Well, then just do more of that. It's when you start to feel down and out where you start to look at yourself that, hey, I really, I don't feel this way. I don't feel like doing this. I'm not really that inspired. I don't want to get up early. Yeah, I'm just not motivated. I'm just going to veg out and watch The Outer Banks on Netflix, which, by the way, I started watching. Can't watch it anymore. It's a great program. Don't get me wrong. I just don't relate. My son loves it. He's all about it. But I started watching it. I'm like, I just can't sit still for this. But it comes down to your ability to inspire yourself, and you have to redefine what your goals are. I could say that I want these materialistic things all day long, but that's maybe motivating, but it's not inspiring. Inspiring me is, how can I help this guy to get to point A and point B? How can I take him from point A to point B so that he can get what he wants in his life? So that his wife, girlfriend, not one and the same, not can feel that they're purposeful in this relationship. They can feel significant by this person's level of success. I saw somebody on Twitter today who said, does anybody know a CEO coach? Hit me up. So there's a CEO who's looking to become a better CEO, which is great. He wants to level up. And if you're looking to level up and you're reaching out on Twitter, good for you. Truth be told is, if you're looking for a coach, you have to find somebody that aligns with your communication style, aligns with your energy level, aligns with your communication style, if I said that already, sorry, and also aligns with where that person has been and where they've gone to. You have to look at that. And also, I look at the energy levels big time. I really want to make sure that there's a connection there. And I'll be honest, I'm a little socially awkward that way. I pick up on a vibe and I don't feel very comfortable right away. I try to get out as soon as I can. Somebody else that I heard that does this recently, and no, I'm not comparing myself to my man, Dr. Dre, but I am comparing myself to him. His wife said in one of the documentaries, which is one of my favorite, is what the heck is it called? Oh my gosh, the Defiant Ones. I love it. I've talked about it on this podcast before, but I love it because his wife actually indicates that it's all about feeling to him. If the feeling's right, he's going to do it. If it's a bad feeling, he's out. And his counterpart, Jimmy Iovine, is the person that can help him with that. So I just think that, when it comes to feeling a little bit better or feeling motivated, or you're really going to have to look for the inspiration, and you find that inspiration all around you. The inspiration is everywhere. I'll go back to a previous podcast that I talked about. I did it yesterday and it was a phenomenal experience. I said, I'm going to do the color orange again. And driving into work, when I got into town, I just said, I'm going to identify everything orange. Unbelievable, the level of detail of orange that I saw on things that I just pass by every day that I take for granted. I just don't even acknowledge. And now I'm seeing there's so much more within the community because I've identified orange. I've identified businesses that have signs that are made of orange. For example, 7-Eleven, that was one of them. I identified orange everywhere. And it was, quite frankly, it was, no pun intended, it was eye-opening because I realized, as in life, if you continue to look for a solution like the color orange, it will pop up everywhere. Solutions are everywhere. God did not put on this planet for it to be miserable and tough and difficult. However, he did want to make it interesting. So he gave us problems, and he also gave us critical thinking so we can come up with our own way to solve our problems. It is when you apply yourself that you're going to get better results, right? Knowledge applied is power. But I do want to tell you this. The best way, and I can't stress this enough, and I say it at the end of every podcast, the best way that I know how to do this, how to find inspiration, motivation, purpose, faith, is to truly 100%, and everything else that you want, is to truly get out of your comfort zone, get uncomfortable, and you will start to live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.